We have curfews.
Like
at
your
home.
parents give you curfews.
It's like 5. That's all. You're not supposed to go out of your home after that.
Gotcha. And why do you think that is?
I think that women and men should be exposed to equal thought and belief from when they're kids.
Card or any card which is given to you, use it for a prosperity of the society, something good for the society. Don't try to put somebody down in your life.
What is feminism?
Feminism is a girl being independent, like being on her own, thinking about what society says about them.
So it's about women being independent.
Feminism is a very misunderstood concept, and it's not about privilege, it's about equality. So I think that something as basic as respect is not given to women, and equal pay, of course. It's also about women being feminists towards themselves. Like internal feminism is very common these days.
Internal feminism.
You just
But I get what you mean. It's like
Yeah, respect
women
towards
putting
yourself.
putting like limiting beliefs on themselves.
Yeah. Especially in like even in our Indian households, my generation they don't give the respect they need towards themselves. Even women in the previous generations, they're more feminist than women in my generation. So I think that just basic respect towards yourself and other women from men and women.
Today, what I personally feel is sometimes our country, India, has almost become feminist to an extent, in my perspective. Because every law which has been bound today is towards women. Something wrong happens. The police doesn't even ask the man is right or wrong. He'll be first put inside the bars and then the inquiry happens. The feminism has taken up so much advantage to an extent that female is always right. You would have heard of recent controversies of, like Urfi having this dress attires, being herself, showing off herself, right? And after that, one more Delhi girl copies that and she does it. And she doesn't go anywhere. She's normal. But if a man does the same thing, he's going under the bars, right? So now a female is getting more higher importance. And I would say we are living in a feminist sort of, situation in India as per what I feel.
Men and women are equal, they get equal opportunities, and yeah, that's about it.
I think personally how I define is just women wanting things equally in the workplace, but that's about it for me. I don't know anything about else where women should be better than men. I think being equal is fine.
So you just want like equal opportunities.
Equal opportunities. But if there are certain situations where men do have the advantage, then by all means.
The empowerment of women, basically, so they should have access to education, they should be able to stand alone, they should be respected. That's about it. Then they can have a life by themselves, or they can be like lesbians or whatever they choose to be.
What do you think are the biggest problems women face today in India?
It's not just India on a global scale. The respect that you have to give yourself again as a woman, and just push yourself to be out there and having the idea of equality and being able to achieve things that a man can. Just strive for the best.
In India, it's again related to opportunities, because I've noticed in workplaces there's always some sort of privilege that's given to men, where women are always like given the lesser works. So again, the issue with pay as well. So yeah, this is slight issues that goes on in workplaces, but again, women have to compromise because they can't afford to offend anyone at the place of work.
I think previously they do get looked down in the workplace. Maybe men was given more opportunity, but I think as the world is currently evolving, I think everyone is pretty much okay at the moment.
So you think it's like it is going in the right direction?
It was maybe it's going in a direction where I guess everyone is a bit better in a better place now. Everyone's like slightly happier right now.
In the UK, I don't think it's an issue anymore. Right now, I think actually they took it to an extreme right now. It's a little bit too much, but here it is a big issue from what I think. They don't have access to education. There's a lot of harassment, as I know, so it's not good.
Rapes. Dowry too. No, it is still happening.
What is dowry?
If a girl wants to get married, she has to pay and then get married to the...
Oh, that's the thing here.
It's from the past, and it's still happening.
Okay, so there's rape, dowry. Like what other problems do women face in India?
No freedom.
Can you elaborate on that?
Like girls cannot move anywhere freely. There are many problems that they face.
We have curfews.
Like
at
your
home.
parents give you curfews.
It's like 5. That's all. You're not supposed to go out of your home after that.
And why do you think that is?
Men who, like, not all the men, but they're just scared. Parents are just scared where the other men might treat their kids in a wrong way and abuse them for you. Yeah.
How does that problem get solved?
I can't just give any solid answer right now, but I just hope, people just get the mentality that, women should be given a chance. When I mentioned that statement to you, especially it happens a lot in the IT sector because, people think that, okay, men will be really great at coding and women can't. So this is something that I've seen happening at my father's workplace. That's what I was sharing with you.
Feminism is not spoken about as much as it should be even in schools. I think that women and men should be exposed to equal thought and belief from when they're kids,
What do you mean equal thought?
Being taught the right ideology of feminism from a young age. Like even Simone de Beauvoir, she's a feminist. She writes, there's like this book by her called Second Sex and everything. A lot of it is taught at a young age. Like boys shouldn't like Barbie, boys shouldn't like pink, they shouldn't cry. That's not something that a boy should. It's not just, they're not told that, but they're made to feel that way.
Do you think some women use feminism like kind of as a weapon to like bring down men or, call men offensive when it's like use it to their own advantage?
For sure. I mean, I think people in general, when something good happens, and sometimes they want to milk on that and take advantage on different areas. So I don't agree with that. I don't think that's how it should be. I think it should just focus on what the main point of what feminism was all about, instead of like making things too extra complicated for your own personal advantage.
Exactly, they are using it for an extra power, and they are using it for a purpose of let them use it for a good. That's what I say. You have something given to you, a feminism card or any card which is given to you. Use it for a prosperity of the society, something good for the society. Don't try to put somebody down in your life.
There's a stark difference between like trying to manipulate and using your gender as a way to get out of things, and like I think it's very vile if women use that reason to get out of something, or like to say like a man assaulted them even when they didn't. I think it's one of the worst things that you can do to feminist movement also. You're diverting the importance of what feminism is trying to preach.
Right, exactly. It's like they're using the feminist platform to fill their own needs.
Yeah, I'm not one of those like feminazis and all, because you need to understand what the crux of the matter is and what feminism really is about. It's not something that angry or is trying to make everything towards what it is. It's something that is pure, and it has pure intention, and it should be for what it is, just equality.
I think a lot of men see it as a way of like trying to bring men down in a way. It's like attacking.
No, it's not that at all. It's not, yeah. I don't know how it diverted to that, Maybe some women and men misunderstand the concept of feminism. When you start preaching about what feminism is in schools and to children also, they'll be very open-minded.
Feminism isn't about us versus them. It's not about men versus women. There are real problems that feminism is trying to address, especially in a developing country like India with a very conservative culture. But a big problem exists where some women will try to exploit the movement in order to get their own personal gain. And this isn't just with feminism. This happens with practically every movement. If you look at the Me Too movement, there are actual real problems, and then there's other people trying to exploit the situation for their own gain. So women, realize if you or someone you know is exploiting the feminist movement for your own gain, realize you are actually hurting the movement. You are actually against the movement because you are taking away the attention from the real problems and making it about us versus them. You're making it about division, and that's ultimately hurting the movement. And men, if you see a woman exploiting feminism for their own gain, realize that this is just that woman doing that. She is exploiting it. That's completely wrong, but realize she does not represent the entire movement of feminism, and there are real problems that feminism is trying to address. Feminism is not about us versus them. It is just about equal opportunity. And if we can come together and be empathetic with each other, we actually have a chance to improve as a society and actually solve real problems. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, hit the like button. And if you're just into the topics of connection, confidence, and just how to live a more deeply fulfilling life, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing you a lot more content like this. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.